Hey friends, welcome to today's video. I wasn't thinking I was gonna have time to film a video today, but then I thought it's been too long since I've had a video go up on YouTube. It's just been a little crazy the last couple weeks with getting, all the orders out from the Precision Collection launch. Today I feel like is the last big push. We have a lot of orders from this weekend, so I was just gonna go into the office and work on orders all day today. But I'm like, I need to film a video. So I just have my phone up here. I'm gonna be getting ready, and I thought I would show you guys just kind of a quick, easy, get out the door, kind of no fuss makeup look. So that's what we're gonna do today. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I have my skin prepped with my moisturizer, my SPF. I am going to apply a little bit of the Tula Rose Glow and Get It eye balm underneath my eyes, just because it's been a while since I applied my eye cream this morning. It's probably been about an hour, and I want some type of slip under the eye before I apply concealer, especially because we've had some pretty cold weather here in Austin and my skin's been on the more dry side. Okay, so for skin, I'm actually going to mix these two today. I'm going to mix the Dior Forever foundation. This has a matte finish, pretty good coverage. And then I'm going to mix the Wonder Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. The reason I'm mixing these two is because I do want a Longwear foundation today. It's rainy and kind of humid outside, so I want something that's gonna last all day, and this is so good. But I also want to lighten it up a little bit. I don't want it to look too made up, so I'm going to mix a little bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Wonder Glow in together, and I'm just going to use my 106 brush and kind of work this into the skin. I'm going to start in the center of my face and blend out. I picked up a few new products last night from Sephora. It was my mom's birthday last week, and she wanted that perfume, Juliet Has a Gun. The fragrance is not a perfume, so I went in there to get that for her. And then I needed some more brush cleaner. I used the Beauty Blender Solid, and then I ended up picking up a new Charlotte Tilbury paint pot. That's not exactly what they're called. That's what Mac's version of this is called. It's called Eyes to Mesmerize. I picked up the shade Jean. So I'm going to use that today. And then I picked up another one of these I Love palettes by Sephora. These are so good, you guys. One of my favorite little travel palettes is the Medium Cool shade palette. And this one is I think this is the Light Warm is what this is. I'll have it linked down below. But this was so beautiful. So I ended up getting that. What else did I get? I got the girls some lip balms. I feel like I spent more than, and I got this lipstick from Sephora, which I'll play with today too. So we're just gonna be playing with some new makeup, but I really wanted to show you guys just a really quick makeup look. The last week or so, I feel like I've just been kind of in a hurry to get out the door, but I want I want to look put together. So I've been kind of defaulting to a look similar to this. I'm going to use these new products, but the look is pretty similar to what I've been doing. So, all right, so I'm just going to blend that all in. This gets such great coverage. It does dry pretty quickly, so you kind of have to work quickly. I feel like I'm taking a little bit more time because I'm talking and showing product and getting distracted. Okay, the next I'm going to go and apply a little concealer, and I'm going to use the Benefit Cakeless concealer, this one right here. I'm going to apply this right under the eyes and then blend it out. I do find this concealer to be a little bit more of a drier consistency. Like when it dries, it stays on all day, but I do find it to be a little bit more drying. So that's why I wanted to put that Tula down to really just, make sure that I have some type of slip to the skin. And I don't have my sponge. I wanted to use my BK Beauty sponge, but I don't have a dry one. So I'm going to use this brush by Hourglass. It's got a little foundation end on one side and then this brush underneath, which I've actually been using for concealer, and it's pretty good. So I'm just going to blend this in. You do have to work quickly with this concealer because it dries pretty fast, and I don't want a really dry under eye. But I mean, the coverage is just wow. I mean, that's really good coverage, right? Oh, that looks so good. It really looks good. I don't know how I feel about this concealer. I remember when I first got it, trying it and feeling like it looked like it emphasized texture under the eye for me. But right now I'm kind of loving it. I think it probably just depends on your skin and the day, the climate for that day, the weather, how it's going to wear. But right now I love it. If it just could stay like this is pretty full coverage though. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and apply bronzer. I'm not going to set the foundation because I'm going to use a cream blush, and so I want to set last. So for bronzer, I'm going to use the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light. This is one of my favorite bronzers, and I'm just going to kind of dust this just on the cheeks a little bit lower because I'm going to work with a cream blush, so I don't want to I don't want it to interfere with my blush. I'm kind of bring it. I always bring bronzer here in the temples because I think it really kind of warms up the face and gives that look that we're trying to go for when we're using bronzer, which is just a little of a sun-kissed look. And then I always like to dust a little bit on my nose. Okay, so the next I'm going to use a cream blush, and this is by Glossier. It is their Cloud Paint, and this is the shade Puff. This is a really natural cream blush. It just really does give the look of like a natural flush to the cheeks. Like if you've exercised or you get a little pink in the cheeks, I mean, that's really what it looks like. So I'm just going to apply a little bit on my hand. You can even use your fingers to apply this. I've got my 106 brush, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. I find that this brush is so great for cream blush. It's just like the perfect size, and it really blends it in. Look how pretty that is. This product is pretty foolproof, meaning that it's kind of hard to mess it up. All you do is just keep blending and it'll blend out to like a good level. Like you can get it really, really sheer if you want, or you can build it if you want a little more. I always tend to lean on like the slightly more blush side. If you go back and look at some of my old videos from when I first started, oh my gosh, my blush was intense. Okay, perfect. All right, and then next I'm gonna set just the center of the face a little bit with powder. And I'm gonna go ahead and use my Laura Mercier translucent powder, just because it's what I have in front of me. And let's see, I'm gonna use the BK Beauty 108 brush. This has been such a great brush for me to like just to set in the center of the face on the days that you don't want to just like powder all over, but also for touch-ups. Like I've been using this kind of to just touch up powder throughout the day. It's a really nice size. Okay, then we're gonna go in with brows. I'm gonna use the Micro Brow Pencil by NYX. So I have been waking up every morning. Well, that's not true, not every morning, but I've been waking up like 3 or 4 mornings a week and working out early, like going to a 5:30 a.m. class. And you guys, it has been so good for me. Gosh, like I miss getting up that early. There's something to be said about waking up, being the first one in the house to wake up and starting your day, just like having that 20 or 30 minutes of complete peace and quiet, you know? And then I do think there is something to say about like the community that works out early in the mornings, you know? You see the same people and you can tell like a lot of people that they've just been like, that's been their routine for years. And I don't know, it's just really like, I forgot how much I missed community when I work out, you know? I used to go to Gold's Gym and there was all the same people there. And I just felt like those, like I looked forward to seeing them, you know? So I'm excited to kind of get back to that habit. I still love my bike. I'm still getting on my bike, you know, 3 days a week or so, but it's nice to mix it up. Okay, so for eyes, you guys, this product has been probably my favorite product discovery all month long. This is a new shade. This is the shade Jean. I also have the shade Marie Antoinette, which I've been talking a lot about. It's so beautiful and it's so easy to use. So I'm just going to dip it right in here. I'm using a 205 brush, really any basic shader brush that you have. Now it picked up a lot of products. I'm going to actually use the lid and I'm going to kind of blot it off. I don't want to apply too much of this. What I love about this product is that you can build it to get, you know, pretty opaque coverage and color, but I like to sheer it out. I like a really sheer wash of this. It's such a beautiful shimmer, you guys. Now, I don't wear it as an eye primer. You certainly can layer shadow on top of this, but for me, I think it's so beautiful. I don't want to do that. I use it as my eyeshadow. It is a long wearing. It is not going to crease. It is not going to budge on you. Now, I will kind of layer shadow with this in the crease, but I don't really layer shadow on top of it. This too, I feel like is a pretty foolproof product. You know, just blend it out with a brush or your finger. If you apply too much, just grab your finger and kind of run over it. It does dry quickly too, so you do want to make sure you work with it, but it's just so beautiful, you guys, so beautiful. This is a little bit more of like a champagne kind of gold shade. Marie Antoinette's a little more on the like taupey kind of gray side. So pretty. So next I'm going to go into the I Love palette by Sephora. These are such a great deal, you guys. I think these are they $10 or $14? I want to say they're under $15, and they're great travel palettes because it has everything you need to create a complete look. They're pretty small. You can travel with them very easily, and they're just easy. Like you don't have to give a lot of thought to what you're going to do. So I'm going to go in and I've just got this MAC 213 brush. This one is so old, you guys. I've had this forever. I'm going to load up my brush with a lighter shade here. This is going to be my brow highlight. I'm just going to kind of dust this right underneath the brow. It's just a nice kind of bone color. It's matte. There's not a lot to it. It's just gonna kind of brighten that skin up a little bit. Oh, I love these Charlotte Tilbury shadows. They are so good, you guys. Okay, then next I'm gonna work a crease color in, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's the lighter of the matte brown shades, and I'm gonna use a 201 brush by BK Beauty, and we're just gonna kind of give a nice kind of sheer wash. We're not gonna do much to the eyes today, you guys. This is pretty much about all we're gonna do. I wanted to show you something super easy, quick, effortless. It's taking me a little bit longer because I'm filming this and I'm talking, but I really think you could do this eye makeup in like 2 minutes. I just want a little bit of definition, but I want everything very light and airy. Okay, nice. And then next I'm gonna go in, I'm just gonna create some definition on my lower lash line. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna use the darkest brown shade right here, and I'm gonna use the 204 Smudge It brush by BK Beauty. I'm just gonna load it up and kind of work that back and forth on my lower lash line. Yeah, this concealer looks real cakey on me already. Did you guys see? See, I'm not a fan. Like, I like the way it looks initially, but then it kind of just makes things look crepey. Accentuates texture, fine lines. I'm not a fan. I'm gonna load up and accentuate the outer corner a little bit since the eyes are really light on top. Then I'm gonna take my pencil brush by BK Beauty, and this is like, it's like a pencil brush, but it's a little more rounded. It's not so defined at the tip. So I'm gonna just use this to soften this because it got a little bit more intense than I want. So I'm just gonna go back and kind of soften this. I think this brush is great too for really small hooded eyes to just kind of use it as a shader brush on the lid. Perfect. Okay, there we go, you guys. I'm gonna take a mascara wand and just kind of run it through my lash extensions. This would be the point where you guys would apply mascara, of course, maybe a little liner. Because I have these lash extensions and they're pretty thick and, you know, in the long, I don't really feel the need to do liner much. I'm gonna pop a little mascara on. What are we gonna use? We'll use this It Superhero Mascara, and I'm just gonna put it on my lower lashes. I'm not gonna put anything on my upper lashes. I found a new lady here in Austin for lashes, and you guys, she's so good. I get so many questions on Instagram about who does them. I will leave her information in the description box below. She's so good. She actually owns the space that I go to, but I've also been to another one of her girls that works there. Her name is Anna, and she's fantastic too. The girl I go to is Mel, but all of that will be down below if you're in Austin. Got a little mascara on my nose, but I'm gonna let it sit. We're just gonna let it be. Okay, for lips, I do wanna line my lips a little bit because the shade of lipstick that I have is pretty light. It is the shade, what is the shade? L24, is that the name of the shade? It's Sephora. It's one of their Sephora lipsticks. And I'm gonna line my lips with this Laura Mercier Hazelnut Tea is what it's called. Hazelnut Tea lip pencil. And I'm gonna fill in my lips too. I don't really like that look of, I really hate when you can see lip liner lining the lips. So I like to go in and kind of fill in the lips a little bit so you don't see that. I have a little clear gloss on my lips, which is nice because it also is going to kind of tone down the lip pencil a little bit, make things look softer, less harsh. If you apply lip liner on really dry skin, then you get that more harsh lip line. Okay, so this lipstick is a really pretty, like creamy, glossy, peachy nude shade. So pretty. Things always look different when I swatch them at Sephora than when I actually get them on my skin. Okay, so let's go ahead and try and take off this mascara. Okay, so let's go back. I'm gonna take my concealer brush. Pro tips over here. Okay, there we go. I kind of got it off, and then I blended out that eyeshadow that I got on there. Okay, that is really pretty. I'm really liking the whole look of this look, very natural, kind of soft peachy nude shades. I really like it. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to leave all the products linked in the description box below. Thank you guys for being patient and bearing with me. I know my channel has been really inconsistent the last month or 2 months. You know, I mean, I've said it over and over again, but, you know, I've just been wanting to keep up with all the orders from BK Beauty. We have Courtney who's on to help us, but things have just been crazy with the launch that it's a priority for me to get all those orders out to you guys. So bear with me, things are slowing down a little bit, and I will be back to my regular, consistent videos very, very soon. I love you guys. Thank you so much. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.